Hey everyone, my name is James, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can reach the maximum miles per hour in Terraria using a really amazing contraption. Now, this contraption was actually created by a user on the Terraria subreddit. Their name is Kendfrey, and I'll leave a link to their Reddit thread in the description down below. They also made a very useful guide, but I did feel like it lacked a few small details. So in today's video, I'm actually going to show you how to build one of these contraptions. Now, the problem with this contraption is that it uses a lot of elements from the Terraria 1.3.1 update, which means that console players who only have 1.3 can't actually make one. So I took their design and actually made a version for console players. It's not as good, but it means you can actually achieve this effect. So this is actually the design of Kendfrey, so let's actually take a look at it. So all you have to do is simply step into this little tunnel and pick a direction that you actually want to fire. Do you want to fire left or do you want to fire right? So all you do is hold your portal gun, walk in, just stand still and let the machine do its work. And there we go. I'm achieving nearly 190 miles per hour, but it does settle out at 180. That's really, really cool. So if I actually head back to my base now, oh, one sec, got to turn off auto pause. If I head back to the base, I'm actually going to show you my simpler design that you can use on console. I'm not going to give you a detailed guide on how to build it. It's actually pretty simple. Once you see the simple wiring and stuff, you'll get it. Because this one is very complex, which is why we're doing a full guide for this one. So let's actually head right this time. Let's hold our portal gun. Let's fly around a little bit. And away we go! It's so cool. I actually love this effect. It's a really, really clever design. So, here is my simple design. This is actually where I had a series back in the day. This is my original spawn point. So here is my very simple design. It's really not hard to make. And once you've watched the detailed guide, you'll definitely get this. But here it is. It's really simple. It's made out of wood. There's the ejector part. This is the loop part. So essentially what I'm doing here is I'm actually just flicking a switch that's going to activate the orange portal and the blue portal. So that's going to make my loop. And then after a few seconds, it's going to hit a 1 second timer. So it's going to change the portal position to up here and eject me out. It's so simple. So let's actually try out my console edition version. So I'm just going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to activate it, stand in here and just wait. And we should fly away. Yeah, it's super cool. So there is actually a downside to this one though, unfortunately. Whereas the last machine was completely automated, it would actually turn itself off. This one doesn't, unfortunately. So what you have to do is just come in and just deactivate these timers every time you want to use it. So once they're both deactivated, it's ready to go. If I test out this side, dead simple, just like that. And away we go. And it's the exact same effect. So I'm going to leave you now with my detailed guide on how to build it. Now, if you did enjoy today's video, please be sure to leave a like rating. And if you're new around here, why not click that subscribe button? We're trying to hit 500,000 Terrarians before the release of Terraria 1.3.6, and we can only do it with your help. So enjoy my detailed guide. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to build this. It's actually pretty simple. It may look a little bit complex, but once you've built it, you'll understand it's actually not that bad. So start by placing 16 blocks down on the bottom, and then 2 blocks in the middle. And then we're going to put a 3-second timer on either side, do a block separation, and then we'll do a 5-second timer on either side of that. And then continue to just build out like this, so that we have a nice platform for the next row. So now we need to place our A and D logic gates, and these are pretty simple too. So just one on top of here, one on there, and one on there, and then we need a block separation and then 2, so like this. Now we need to put on the logic gate lamp. So each one of these gets a logic gate lamp that's on, so like this, and then you have ones that are off on the end, and then each one is topped off by a faulty one, just like this, and they should turn blue. So do this for all of them, just like that. And then that is it for that layer. So what we need to do now is start building up. And then where there's a little block separation here, we're actually going to build around that like this. And we'll do that for both sides. And this is because this is where we're going to place our sensor for the player above. So we'll put one there and one there. Nice. So what we're doing now is just building across, essentially, just to give this a nice flat platform. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to build up to build a little rectangle around this sensor. So you may need to get your wiring device out again just to see how big it is. So I need to extend this by 2 more blocks, just like that. And then we need to build around it up until the point where it actually overlaps, which is here. And then we'll do that for each side. So it's now time to place our first portal gun stations. So we're going to place one here and one there. Now this one does need to be turned around, and you do this by just clicking here. It's really annoying to actually turn these around, but you should get it. And then we need to build a ramp straight up directly in front of it like this. So one there, and then like that. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to hammer these so that they're nice and smooth like this. And then that should be it for that layer. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to build up using our back wall, and we're going to have to make the the top section, essentially. So, I don't exactly know the numbers on this. I just kind of build until I feel like it's right. So, I'll just keep building, and I'll stop when I think it's right. I think it's about there, to be honest. Right, I'm going to place some confetti brick like that. And then I'm also just going to clean this up a little bit. This needs to be like a straight pillar because we're going to use this as a reference for some of the stuff that's going on later on. Alright, so we're placing our next two portal gun stations here and here. We're also going to flip these round, and they need to be at this angle there, and we need to swap them to blue. So let's see. There we go. That should be perfectly set up. Now this is actually 9 blocks upwards, so I'm just going to build out a little bit. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're just going to make a smooth platform like this. I'm just going to extend it out a little bit. I don't know exactly how many blocks it is, but this should give you a rough idea. And when you actually get it working, you'll be able to figure it out yourself. It's kind of hard to do it when you haven't got the portal guns actually firing. So we'll just do it like that. Actually, that's really large, isn't it? We'll just take a few blocks off. Yeah, that looks good enough. Nice. All right, so now we need to build the ejector, which is going to be higher up. So basically, just pick a point that's really high up. I'm going to go like this and just go like, wait, I'll go there. And then this is going to be where your portal guns actually shoot out from. So I've got my little point in the sky. It doesn't need to be exactly above where we actually built that little portal contraption, but it does need to be within a certain range. So just to show you exactly how high I am, I'm about here. Now I'm going to build out by about 6 blocks either side. This really doesn't matter too much. It does need to be short though, but not too short. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just going to do a little 2 block there in the middle actually. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what we're going to do now is we're going to place our portal contraptions down again, our little portal gun stations. So I'm going to have one here, and it's going to be angled like this. And then we're going to have one here, and it's going to be angled like this. Actually, I'm going to make that a little bit higher, actually, like that. We're going to make these blue as well. So now what we need to do is basically just make a column so that it's got something to actually stick to. Now, when you've actually built yours, you can make this look as fancy as you want, honestly. But for now, I'm just going to stick with something simple just to show you guys. So that is basically the meat and bones of it all, really. What we're also going to do is just drop these down a little bit just for aesthetics, essentially. Now that we've built all the main contraption stuff, it's literally just wiring. So when it comes to wiring, just watch what I do. No point questioning it or wondering why it works the way it does. Just follow the wiring, and it's pretty simple from there. Right, so we're going to start with the left side. This is pretty much flipped on the right side later on. We're just going to use different colors. One thing I will mention is that if you are wiring up portal guns, make sure to use the bottom corner here. That's where you should place your wire, because if not, you can also spin them and do different color changing stuff. So you want it to be just like this. So we're just going to extend this out like that. We're going to build this up to here. Now, what we're doing is we're going to do a layer here because we're going to use actuator blocks there later on. So we're going to extend this up all the way up to our portal gun up here. And then we'll just build across to there and like that. That's essentially that for wiring up these two. Now we're going to go back down there again. So the green needs to extend just a little bit further. So you need to drop it down to here. It needs to hit both of these faulty ones. Go in between here. Drop down and then hit all 4 of these. Now we need one little bit of green from our 3-second timer down below, and that's going to be hooked up to something later on, so we'll just extend that out like that. Drop this across, because this is going to go up to the ejector later on. And then we need a little bit of green from here to here, from here to here, and then we also need it to go from here to here, and then that's it for the green. So we'll do the red wiring next. So we'll just swap across. So red wiring is what we're going to use for this side. So we'll do one layer there, of course, for the actuator blocks. We'll drop it down, hit the corner of this, and then we're going to do the exact same thing we did on the other side. So we're going to hit both of these. We're going to miss that one out, drop down there, and hit all 4 of these. So that's red wiring. Now we need to do a red wire here, and then we also need a red wire here. We also need a red wire here, and then a red wire here. And then that should be it for red wiring now. Oh my god, too many reds. I'm losing my talk. Right, there we go. Just like that. Now we're going to do the blue. Right, so blue. Okay, so blue goes from here all the way across, and it goes into this little gate over here, just like that. And then we're also going to do a bit of blue from there all the way up, and it's going to hit this faulty one. And then that is really pretty much it. So we'll do the actuators. So we'll do a row here. Oh wait, do I not have any actuators? Oh no, I don't have any actuators. Oh no, do them there. One row there, one row there. That's essentially it. Oh my god, right. Now we'll do our red now. So red and green, essentially. So we're just going to connect these up. So you need red and green going all the way across there, all the way there, and then we're going to carry this all the way up. So yeah, just use your own actuators. You'll be fine. You guys can test that out. Right, we're just going to do this to here, and then to there. Right, so you need red going on this side like this, and then you need green going on this side like this. And that is it, essentially. If I break these blocks so that we don't have to worry about the actuators real quick, if I break those, this should work out pretty much first time. Let's have a little look at that. Right, this one's a little bit slanted, so we need to move it a little bit. It's been slanted in the wrong direction. Okay. Hold your portal gun out, and then it should work. Let's see. Woo! Yeah, it works perfect. You do need to be holding a portal gun because that will keep your momentum. If you're not holding a portal gun, it won't work as well. I don't often make wiring guides because I feel like they're a little bit too complex and they can be a little bit boring sometimes. So let me know how I did on today's video. Thank you all for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.